Seeds episode 2020. Okay, now this year, I really was hesitant to order from a catalog or online, and so I just kept an eye on my local hardware store as they cleared their aisles of holiday gear and started bringing in their seed stuffs. And then when they filled it, it's just like something happened. Like I saw all of those seeds and I just read their packaging and went, and again, I went and did it again. I bought way too many seeds. So anyway, here's what we've got going on. Katie and I picked out a variety of flowers, easy to grow annuals. Okay, so we love the zinnias, we love all the sunflowers, and we just, oh my gosh, the sunflowers that they had available were amazing. And then, oh my gosh, look at that pretty, look at that pretty sunflower. And then another gorgeous sunflower. And then, oh my goodness, marigolds. So we do marigolds in between our tomato plants. We've got lots of annual flowers that we're going to be doing to increase the amount of pollinators in the area, and you know, in a little bit of a companion planting. Plus Katie likes to cut stems for inside the house. Can't forget calendula. Remember how that stuff took over my yard last year? Okay, so when you see these super cheap seeds, these are Valley Green seeds, 59 cents a pack, full price, and sometimes you can get them as cheap as a quarter or a dime. And a lot of people poo-poo these seeds, but I'll tell you what, I had some of these calendula, and it's the Pacific Beauty mix, and oh my gosh, they will take over an area. So just because it's a cheap seed packet, that doesn't mean it's not something awesome, if in fact you like calendula taking over your areas. Also this year, we got a few new herb seeds. These are just burpee seeds right out of the hardware store aisle. So, like, we eat so much flipping basil, it's not even funny. Basil, and we ran out of oregano last year. Every year, I buy extra lettuce seeds and extra greens. So this year from the burpee aisle, I got some chard. Last year it was summertime, and I was talking with a friend from another community garden, and we were like, let's start some collards. We had no collard seeds, so I bought a bunch of seeds this year. We're gonna have them on hand, and if midsummer we decide to get some in the ground, we will be able to do that. I didn't buy too many lettuce seeds this time because I still had quite a few, but I got a little bit of lettuce. And then none of the spinach that I planted last fall actually germinated. So I got some fresh spinach seeds. I thought the ones I planted last year were fresh. I don't think they were, or my particular conditions just failed them. I don't know. Okay, now, a few years ago, started buying seeds again, and I was on Facebook after an end of a season sale. Okay, so I was on Facebook with my friends a few years ago, and I was on Facebook after an end of season sale, and I was really bragging because I managed to get these here kind of seeds, like you know, kind of well, these are Valley Green, like the dollar store seeds, and I got them for a dime a package, and I just cleaned them out. And I was like, look what I got. And immediately, some people commented like, yeah, those seeds, and it is true, so my germination rates were not great. But the main reason I was kind of getting those seeds poo-pooed is because they weren't heirloom varieties. And then that's when, like, the suggestion to start looking online and finding some seed suppliers to do that would be a good idea. And by golly, if you can, do. Absolutely, like, explore your options. There's lots of people online, you know, preserving seeds, conserving seeds, and whatnot. And so, you know, maybe you want some of those seeds. But I kind of was like, oh, do I have to do that? You know, like, do I have to go online if I want to get heirloom seeds? Well, as it turns out, I also might just read the back of my packaging. So as I was at the hardware store, I was looking at some seeds. And so we've got here some black creme. I've bought those before online from the tomato guy. And then I've got these yellow pearl, and I was like, oh my gosh, one time I had these and they were volunteering for years. Like, it was almost invasive, y'all. So these seeds in the past have been amazing. And I was like reading the back, and oh my gosh, what does it say at the top? Y'all, they do have heirloom seeds at the store. You don't necessarily have to buy from somebody fancy online to get some heirloom seeds. Now, that's not to say that all the seeds I got this year were heirlooms, and I did go ahead and I bought a couple of tomatoes that were distinctly hybrids, and so I'm like, okay, I'm doing this because I think I want the qualities of this particular tomato, because with my heirloom seeds, it's been, they either go wonderful or they go home, and so, you know, if I don't have just the right conditions or just the right pests evade me, sometimes the heirloom seeds can really backfire. All right, so here's some other heirloom seeds I got. I didn't even know straight 8 was an heirloom seed. Straight 8 cucumber, I've been growing those and that's true. I found 4 different garden beans. I want to try to do some beans this year. Something called a Georgia rattlesnake watermelon. Okay, I'm really excited about having space for that. Last year, I didn't have any jalapenos, and I was so sad because I started all those flipping peppers. And every pepper was like a sweet pepper, a banana pepper, mostly banana peppers, and the little pepperoncinis. And those are delicious, don't get me wrong, but I wanted some jalapenos. And guess what? They have heirloom. Okay, so you got some things that are available to you if you prize heirloom seeds. I got some winter squash, heirloom Brussels sprouts, some heirloom cantaloupe, 2 different kinds of little pumpkins that are heirloom. And don't you think these would be fun to give to the neighborhood kids? All right, and then got some hot chilies. Okay, so if you value getting heirloom seeds, it isn't necessarily a have to that you got to order online. Go to your hardware store or wherever they're selling these seeds and just read the back of the package and see what's going on. It could be that heirloom seeds are available in your area if that's what you want. What am I concluding this year? Okay, so first off, the idea of ordering on the internet just this year was just too overwhelming. And as much as I love Baker Creek seeds, specifically for their heirloom varieties, which I do like that idea of conserving these varieties. I'm not anti-heirloom seeds for sure. As much as I really like that, I found out for me that it wasn't necessary for me to order online to get the types of seeds that I wanted. And not every variety that I purchased was heirloom. I went back to the idea that, wait a minute, I think for some cases, there are some specific times that I want some very specific hybrids. And you know, I'm so bad about collecting seeds anyway. I'm probably not going to collect any seeds from some of my hybrids anyway, so I don't have to worry about that second generation not having the characteristics of the original tomato that I planted. So, you know, maybe if I keep track of which ones are heirloom and if I actually do get around to collecting some seeds. But y'all, so I've got a big box for this year of new seeds. And I got all these seeds from last year that I didn't finish planting. And I'm gonna collect some seeds too. Okay, so you know, I'm obviously hoarding seeds for the apocalypse here. Okay, all kidding aside, I am hoarding seeds and I do that on purpose. Okay, so here are a few seeds that I selected this year specifically for their hybrid qualities, meaning I have no intention of trying to collect their seeds and develop them for a next generation. I'm okay with, you know, this season I get what I get and I harvest what I harvest, and collecting their seeds. I'm not expecting necessarily to get the same thing next year if I choose to. All right, so I found these pickling cucumbers. If you were in my house or around me this year after I canned all those pickles, I am not satisfied with my pickles. I am a bit of a pickle snob, and quite frankly, I think my pickles are terrible. So I'm working on my pickles, and I think the cucumber is a good place to do some experimenting. Some of these big pumpkins, okay, I'm hopeful that actually if these seeds are good, we'll get big pumpkins again. Now, in previous years, I've had a real hard time finding tomatillos, and that was, I think, one of the other factors that sent me to Native Seed Search to get some good tomatillos. Well, I found some, okay, and these here tomatillos I'm very hopeful about, so I have some fresh tomatillo seeds. I bought 2 different tomato varieties that are hybrids, And, you know, so basically what that means is any seeds I collect, I'm not necessarily going to get the same product that I planted this year, next year, if I were to replant those seeds. All right, so I've got some saucy tomatoes, and I've got some beautiful tomatoes for canning. I think those would be very nice. And then I went ahead and got some more summer squash. I'm terrible at growing squash because the squash bugs always get out ahead of me, but I'm going to keep on trying, and I'll just keep tweaking the system until I get it. Alright, friends and siblings, I'm going to put a wrap on this video. So this is, you know, what I'm doing for seeds for 2020. Between the seeds from last year, a good seed swap, where I'm going to bring some of my seeds from this year and last year. Oh my gosh, I'm sure we have plenty of seeds for our itty-bitty 0.08 acre yard, as well as contributions to the community garden. So keep up with us this summer. Let's see what I actually do. I can already promise you, we have way more seeds here than this girl's ever going to get planted. Obviously, we're going to need to share these seeds. And obviously, many of the seeds that I start are going to be given away too. So my friends who are local, you know, keep in touch. Let's make sure that when I way overdo it on starting my plants, that you definitely get some of these plants. I'm going to share them. Make sure you take some. I'm way overdoing the planting every year, so I'm happy to share with you. Okay, so if you want to keep up with what's going on in the garden this year, please feel free. I have a little subscribe button to help you out if you would like to do that. Thank you if you're still listening to this video for tolerating my voice all the way through. Now that I finally got a little bit of it back, I thought it'd be fun to do a video where I'm squeaking and honking all my excitement about this year's garden to you. All right, so take care. Farmer Dara signing out. Have a lovely, lovely day. Oh man, I bought poison.